Dear Latinos, being racist to other Latinos, indigenous, and black folks will not bring you any closer to the whiteness that you crave so much. And if this message bothers you, then it was probably meant for you.
All right, this message is for my brown people. And although us black folks decided to sit this one out because we did try to warn y'all at the polls, we do see that it's fucked up.
Black conservatives are no longer holding back. After years of standing side by side with other minority groups under the conservative banner, they are clapping back, and this time it's aimed at some Latino Trump supporters. Why? Because the racist undertones and comments they have ignored for too long have now hit a boiling point. Stay tuned, we are unpacking the quiet friction, the overlooked tensions, and the reason black conservatives are done staying silent.
You know, I've been seeing this discourse between the black community and the Latino community, and there's something that really sticks out to me. I keep hearing this argument that once they come for us, once they're finished coming for us, they will come for you. Once they're finished coming for the brown people, they will come for the black people. And the reason why I think Black America seems to be continuing to push back on this particular argument is because they are making a point that is honestly getting lost in this entire conversation. What Black Americans have been saying, more so than we did our protesting in November when we voted at the polls, is that this problem, this issue, this plague of racism and discrimination, this fight for civil rights that has been going in this country has not finished. It did not end back in the 60s, in the 70s, when we made so much progress for not just our community, but all communities that were trying to come into this country and establish a life for themselves. In fact, I believe the black community has continued to say over and over again that this fight is something we should all be paying attention to. But the more that we made that point throughout the years, the more we were ignored. The more people told us that we were the ones fear-mongering, that we were the ones who could not let go of the racial injustice, the racial tensions, and all of the issues that we saw very clearly were still plaguing this country. And that absolutely included a divide between the Latino community and the black community for a very, very long time. You see, despite the fact that we have lived in communities that have been right next to each other, right on top of each other, we blend our cultures in so many different ways, there's definitely been a tension between Black Americans and Latino Americans. For whatever reason, that tension is there, and I can't point to one specific thing, but it's real. And because of that tension, there's a distrust. Because of that distrust, it leads us to situations where, coming up to this past election, when Black Americans were telling not just Latino, they were telling everybody that Donald Trump was not somebody you should be voting for, nobody wanted to listen. In fact, the data shows, the poll numbers show that every other community in this country was heavily divided besides the black community that voted 92% of women for Kamala Harris and 80% of men for Kamala Harris. I think what Black Americans have been trying to say in this whole back and forth is that we did not have to get here. We could have done something back in November to stop all of this from coming to fruition.
I don't care what nobody says. Being held accountable by your own kind is the most effective method. The only method that I might place above that is the feel it to learn method, where you got to make them feel it to learn. That's the only other method that I would put above that. But being told about yourself by somebody who looks like yourself, it just hits differently. It's almost like, damn self, you might be onto something. Damn self, damn twin, I gotta listen to you because you look like me. And it's for that reason alone why I gotta leave the Latino community, why I gotta leave the Cuban American community in Florida specifically, why I gotta leave the I will vote Donald Trump with this clip. I gotta leave you guys with this clip.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans the most, are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos.
Just last week, y'all had black fatigue. Just last week, every other demographic who wasn't black, y'all had black fatigue. Now y'all are demanding black bodies to be put on the front line. There's other ways to protest, there's other ways to help. But I find it kind of insane that all of you had black fatigue. But now y'all need black people help. Why is the majority not asking the Asian community for help? Why is the majority not asking the Pacific Islander community for help? Why does everything always have to fall on black people? Especially when y'all have so much fatigue, right? Our existence bothered y'all so much just last week. Y'all had all this black fatigue because we told y'all stop saying the N-word in rap songs. You know what I'm saying? Stop wearing our women's box braids. Stop trying to wear fake dreadlocks. You ain't black. Y'all had black fatigue, bro. I ain't forget that. Y'all had black fatigue.
For years, the conservative movement has boasted about its growing diversity. That is the black conservatives, the Latino Trump supporters, the Asian Republican voters. A big tent, they said, one where everyone who loves America is welcome. But behind that united front, real tensions have been simmering, and now they're even boiling over. So recently, several Latino conservatives, particularly those riding hard for Trump, have been making comments about black Americans that cross the line. Whether it's subtle jabs about what ethnic, dismissive remarks about crime, or even echoing what white supremacist talking points, many black conservatives have had enough. So it's the hypocrisy that stings, because black conservatives have been long criticized by their own communities for selling out or aligning with the party that hasn't always fought for them. So they stood firm, they defended the movement, they took the hits, but now some are waking, was the support ever mutual? Some are even asking, was the support even ever mutual? Or one prominent black conservative recently went viral for calling out Latino MAGA fans, saying, you love black culture but hate black people. You want us as allies but treat us like enemies. So these are the hard truths no one wants to say out loud, and it's not about creating division between minorities, it's about calling out the rot within, because racism doesn't suddenly disappear when it's coming from another person of color. So what we are seeing is a deep reckoning within the conservative space. The loyalty of black conservatives is being tested not by Democrats but by people on their own side. And if these racial tensions aren't addressed honestly, that diverse coalition conservatives love to parade might start crumbling from the inside out, because unity without respect is just silence disguised as strength. So, and black conservatives, they're done being silent, as we all can see.